Alright people, so we will continue with more problems in Newton's laws, and this would be precisely without friction. Okay, so here we have one problem in which there is a mass of 2 kg, a block of metal weighing 2 kg is resting on a frictionless plane. This is basically resting on a frictionless plane. If it is struck by a jet releasing water at the rate of 1 kg per second, so a jet is releasing water at the rate of 1 kg per second. So what do we mean here? dm by dt is equal to 1 kg per second. This is basically a jet which is releasing water at the rate of 1 kg per second. Just one moment here. Okay, so how do we calculate this? Okay, now we know that, so Newton's law of motion basically is what? It's a wrong conception that Newton's law of motion is ma. It's actually not ma. So it's a very wrong conception that we have about Newton's laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion states that it is m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. This is basically Newton's law of motion. Okay, Newton's law of motion states that force is equal to rate of change of momentum, which is d by dt of p, which means d by dt of mv, which basically gives us this. If we differentiate and if it's a multiplication, so this will be m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. So that is basically Newton's law of motion. So in this case, a block of mass, so in this case if you look at it, it is basically constant. This v happens to be constant. Just one moment here. Why is this wire? Okay, this happens to be constant. The velocity happens to be constant. So what will be the force experienced? Force experience will be v dm by dt. This is pretty much constant. So v dm by dt, what is the velocity? 1 kg. So v here is a block of metal weighing this at 5 meter per second with a speed of 5 meter per second, 5 meter per second into dm by dt. dm by dt is 1 kg per second. Okay, so this gives you 5 kg meter per second square. Okay, so this will be basically the force. We will have to calculate the acceleration. So acceleration is nothing but f by m. So this will be 5 kg meter per second square. Am I in the right direction? Am I in the right direction? V is 5 meter per second square. This is 1 kg per second. So kg meter per second square upon mass that is 2. Mass that is 2 kg. So this gets cancelled. We have here 5 by 2 meter per second square. So this will be the acceleration of the block. Okay, so in most of the cases when it's a change of mass with time, we have to be careful about it and apply this formula instead of just this. This is basically something that we have studied till the 10th standard, but when we come to competition perspective, this is the formula that we are going to use for Newton's form. Okay, so you can take a snapshot of the same. Okay, so let's look at this problem out here. Okay, a particle of mass 2 kg moves with an initial velocity of 4I plus 2j meter per second on the xy plane. So it is basically moving in the xy plane. A force F, which is basically 2I minus 8j Newton, acts on the particle. The initial position of the particle is 2 meter and 3 meters. Okay, which is basically the x coordinate and the y coordinate. Then for y is equal to 3 meter, which is basically the displacement, possible value of x is only 2 meter. Possible value of x is not only 2 meter, but there exists some other value of x also. Time taken is 2 seconds, all of the above. So let's look at this. Okay, now we have here a particle which is basically moving at, so this is basically the force. Force is 2I cap minus 8j cap Newton. So what will be the acceleration of the particle? Obviously F by m. So if we happen to divide this 2I cap minus 8j cap by m, that is 2. So we get here I cap minus 4j cap. So this will be the acceleration of the particle. So this is acceleration along the x-axis, and this is acceleration along the y axis. Now we know the initial coordinates as 2 and 3. So let's say for displacement along x axis, what will we have? X, so x initial position is 2, so displacement will be minus this 2. Displacement along the x axis will be minus this 2. So x minus 2 will be equal to see, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, so in this case we will have here ux, that is velocity along the x axis, into t minus half. Acceleration along the x axis is how much? Acceleration along the x axis is 1 unit. Okay, so this will be into 1 into t square. So this will be x minus 2 is equal to uxt minus half t square. This will be the displacement. Okay, now for displacement along y axis, we will have y initial coordinate is 3, so displacement will be minus 3. This will be equal to uyt, this will be plus, this will be plus half a is how much along the y axis? It's 4, so 4t square. So that will be uyt plus 2t square equal to y minus 3. Now what is said is the initial position of the particle is, then for y is equal to 3 meters. Now what will be the y is equal to 3 meters part here? So it is okay. Now we have to find out what will be. Okay, so in this case we know that value of ux is 4. Okay, ux is 4. So in this case we can say x minus 2 is equal to 4t plus half t square. Okay, in case of y we will have y minus 3, initial is 2t plus 2t square. Okay, now sorry, when y is equal to 3, so when y is equal to 3, this will be 3 minus 3, that is 2t plus 2t square, that is 0 is equal to 2 into t into 1 plus t, right? It will be 1 plus t. Okay, so let's look at it. So this will be t is equal to 0, and oh, I'm sorry, here it is minus. So the acceleration along the y axis is minus, right? This is minus 4. I am so sorry. This is minus 4. So this is minus. This will be minus. This will be minus. So we have here minus t. Are you understanding this, people? See, for displacement along the x axis, the initial position is 2 meters. So x minus 2 will be equal to uxt plus half into 1 into t square, which means x minus 2 is equal to uxt plus half t square. Applying this formula, s is equal to ut plus half t square. So ux will be how much? If ux is basically equal to 4, as it is given here, see, 4 I cap. So ux is 4, so x minus 2 will be equal to, ux is basically initial velocity along the x axis, 4t plus half t square. Okay, now for displacement along the y axis, obviously displacement will be minus the initial position, y minus 3 is equal to uyt plus half 4t square, uyt minus 2t square y minus 3. Now uy is equal to how much? Uy is equal to 2. So 2t minus t square. So this will be 3 minus 3, 2t minus t square, 2t into 1 minus t. So here we have two things out here. Either 2t is equal to 0, which means that t is equal to 0, or we have 1 minus t is equal to 0. So which means that t is equal to 1. So either of these cases is possible. T is equal to 0 and t is equal to 1. Either of these cases is possible. Now when t is equal to 0, what will be the value of x? X minus 2 is equal to 4 into 0 plus half into 0 square. So this will be x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Now when t is equal to 1, So this will be x minus 2 is equal to 4 into 1 plus half into 1 square. So this will be 4 plus half, 4 plus half plus 2 plus 2. So this will be x is equal to 4 plus half plus 2. So that will be x is equal to this is 2, this is 8 plus 1 plus 4. So this will be approximately 13 by 4. Okay, so this will be 13 by 4. So possible value of x is not only x is equal to 2 meters, which is 2 meters, but there exists some other value of x also, which is correct. Okay, which is correct. Time taken is 2 seconds. See, times taken is 2 seconds. So this one possible value of x is only 2 meter. Obviously this is not correct because we are getting two values of x. This is correct. We are getting another value of x. Time taken is 2 seconds. See, time taken here is either 0 or 1. So this is obviously not correct, and all of the above is obviously not correct. Okay, so you can take a snapshot of this problem. Okay, so here we have a machine gun is mounted on a 2000 kg car on a horizontal frictionless surface. So this is basically mounted on a 2000 kg car on a horizontal frictionless surface. At some instant the gun fires a bullet of mass 10 gram with a velocity of 500 meter per second. With respect to the car, the number of bullets fired per second is 10. The average thrust on the system is, these are the options that are given. Okay, so let's understand this. Now we have, let's say u is the velocity of the bullet. Okay, if u happens to be the, let's say, the velocity of the bullet. Okay, now in this case, what is the number of bullets? So number of bullets fired per second is equal to how much? This is given as 10 bullets per second. 10 bullets per second. Now 10 bullets will have a mass of how much? Each has a mass of 10 gram. So this will be 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3 gram per second. So that will be how much? 10 to the power of minus 1 gram per second. So this will be 10 to the power of minus 4 kilogram per second. So this itself will be dm by dt. This is the rate of change of mass, this is the mass that is getting evolved. Okay, so we know that what is a thrust? Thrust means force. Okay, thrust means force. Force is basically what? Change in momentum. So we have the actual equation, Newton's second law actual is m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. Now in this case there is no change in velocity. The velocity of the bullet is the same. So in this case this will become 0. So it is not applicable, but this is applicable. There is a rate of change of mass which we have already calculated, and here the velocity is, let's say, what is the velocity of the bullet? The velocity, so here f will be equal to u dm by dt, which is how much? Which is basically with a velocity of 500 meter per second. So this is 500 meter per second. So this is 500 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 500 into 10 to the power of minus 4, which is basically equal to how much? So this will be the answer basically. 5 into 10 to the power of 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. So this will be 5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 Newton. This will be the thrust that will be experienced. So this will be the thrust that will be experienced, but we don't have an option out here. Maybe I am going wrong somewhere. dm by dt will be equal to 10 bullets, and each one of them has a mass of am I going wrong somewhere? It fires, the number of bullets fired per second is 10. So 10 bullets per second, which will be basically 100 grams per second, right? 100 grams per second, 100 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Yeah, this will be, I am so sorry. So this will be 10 into 10, and 10 to the power of minus 3. So this will be already kgs. This will be already kgs. Oh, I am wrong here. Okay, so this will be 10 to the power of minus 1. Here we have 10 to the power of minus 1. So this will be 5 into 10, that is 50 Newton. This will be the force that is experienced by the bullet. Okay, by the car. So the force, therefore force experienced by the car will be equal to 50 Newton. This would be the right answer. Okay. Alright, you can take a snapshot of the same. Okay, so people, we have this question here. It's a little confusing question because a graph has been given, but at the same time, the best part is that the formula for force is given. If we look into this, F is equal to 40 cos pi by 10. See, this is basically force with respect to time. Okay, so this is the amplitude, and hence we write the amplitude here. Okay, cos, why is it a cos function? A cos function always starts from here, whereas a sine function starts from here. So obviously this is cos. Okay, and then we have pi by 10. So every time you see there is pi, there is a 180-degree change in 10 seconds. So pi by 10 into t. So that's the function. If this function was not given, the problem would have been a little difficult. But here, by looking at the graph, we can frame the relationship between force and time. So it's a cos function because it starts from here, and every 10 seconds there is a complete change of pi. So this will be cos pi by 10. So if you look into it, see, pi means the entire this thing from here to here. So how much of time is it taking? 10 seconds. Pi means from here to here. This entire thing is pi. So this is taking 10 into t, whatever the time is. So this is how the cos function is framed. Now a 15 kg block is moving along a smooth horizontal surface. So this block is moving along a smooth horizontal surface with a speed of 4 meter per second to the left. This is moving with a speed of 4 meter per second to the left. If it is acted upon by a force which varies in the manner shown. So this is basically varying in the manner shown. Determine the velocity of the block at t is equal to 15 seconds. We have to determine the velocity of the block at t is equal to 15 seconds. How will we do this? The first thing that we have to take into consideration is that the force and velocity are in opposite directions. So if we take the force as positive, obviously the velocity has to be taken as negative. Okay. So in this case we can say change in momentum. This will be integration of f dt. See, what is f? F is basically equal to change in momentum upon dt. So obviously this will be equal to f dt. So if we have to calculate the entire change in momentum, okay, entire change in momentum, this will be equal to f dt, because in this case, see, both f and time are obviously changing. So this will be a complete integration. So here we have to calculate the velocity. So let's say, let the velocity of the block, after 15 seconds be Vf. Okay. Now Vf, we don't know what's going to be its sign. So we put it here as Vf. But initial velocity has to be taken as negative because it is acting against the force applied. So minus u, this will be the change in momentum. The total change in momentum is this. So this will be the total change in momentum, that will be integration of f dt. Okay. So here we have integration of between 0 to 15 seconds. 0 to 15 seconds, that's the time limit. F we have as 40 cos pi by 10 into t. Okay. So in this case Vf minus this will be with a speed of 4 meter per second. So we put it as 4 between 0 and 15. Okay. So when we integrate this, we will get, obviously 40 comes out, cos d by dx of sin x is cos x. So obviously integration of cos will be sin. So this will be sin pi by 10 upon d by dx of cos pi by 10, or rather d by dx of so this will be pi by 10 d by dx of pi by 10 t. Okay. So this will be sin pi by 10 upon pi by 10, the integration of this one into t. Okay, so that is what we are going to get. So in this case Vf will be equal to 4 plus, so this 4 comes here basically 40. Oh, this will be Vf minus u. Yes, minus 4, because we have taken, this is the change in velocity, Vf minus 4. So this 4 when it comes here will be minus 4 plus 40 into sine pi by 10 upon pi by 10 into t. What is the t given here is, we have to take this between the limits of 15 and 0. So this will be sine 15 by 10 upon 15, no sorry, pi by 10 into 15, sine pi by 10 into 15, and this comes out basically, this will come out as 15 by 10. A lot of mistakes. Okay, so we have here 40, and we have here sine pi by 10, and this pi by 10 comes out, which is basically what, pi by 10. This is sine pi by 10 into t, that is 15, minus sine pi by 10 into 0. So this will be minus 4 plus 400 by pi, sine pi by 10 into 15, so that will be sine pi of 5 3 is 15, 3 by 2 pi, sine 3 by 2 pi. So that's how much, 3 into 180 by 2, sine 3 by 2 pi. So that will be sine 270, right? Sine 270, sine 3 pi by 2, and sine 270 we know is sine 180 plus 90. In that case it will be minus sine 90. So that will be minus sine 90. Minus sine 90 will be minus 1. Okay, minus sine 90, that's minus 1. So this will be minus 4 plus 400 divided by 3.14 into minus 1. Okay, so if we happen to divide this minus 4, take an approximate value here. If we divide this by 4, we will get approximately what? We will get approximately minus 10, and this is plus 10 approximately. Okay, so what is the closest answer that we'll be getting? We will be getting this as the closest answer. Okay, this will be the closest answer. Of course it will not be 10. Okay, so 12 meter per second will be the closest answer that we will be getting. Actually this will be minus as well. No. This will be minus, yes. So 12.5 will be the closest answer that we will be getting here. It of course will not be 10, it will be something else, but this is the closest answer that we will be getting. Since it's an MCQ, we don't have to worry about it. We will have to just look at the value which matches the best with this one. Okay, so this will be 12 meter per second, the closest answer that we can get here. Okay, so let's look at this problem as well. Two objects A and B, each of mass m. So we have mass m here and mass m here, are connected by a light inextensible string. This is basically light inextensible string. They are restricted to move on a frictionless ring. So this is basically a frictionless ring of radius r in a vertical plane. The objects are released from rest at the position. So this is basically the position, making an angle of 45 with the horizontal. Okay, so obviously this one will also be 45, it's very obvious. Okay, the objects are released from rest at this position, then the tension in the cord just after the release. Just after the release, what will be the tension in the cord? So this will be considered as one body moving with an acceleration. Now, now we have to consider this. So let's say if we consider the free body diagram of mass A. Free body diagram of mass A. Let's look at this. Okay. So in mass A, there is a tension which is acting along this string. This tension is acting along this string. So this mass A will tend to move this way, let's say with an acceleration A. Okay, and we have the mass mg acting downwards. Okay, so here we can say that t cos 45 obviously this will not have a component this way because both have a angle of 90 degrees. So mg will not have a component in this direction. So the only motion that is happening for this mass along this direction just after it, okay. So this will be t cos 45 degree will be equal to ma. This will be for, okay. Now from free body diagram of B, let's look at B. So B is basically being pulled by a tension T. Obviously this will have a component, this is 45, so this will have t cos 45. For B, the mg is acting downwards. Now B will have an mg effect, okay. So let's say the acceleration here is a. So in this case the same acceleration, just after it they will undergo the same acceleration. One will move this side, one will move this side, okay. So this will be t cos 45 minus mg is equal to ma. Oh, I am wrong because it is moving downwards, so it will be mg minus t cos 45. Sorry people. So this will be mg minus t cos 45 degree is equal to ma. So what it means here is, if we look at these two equations, if we add them up, then t cos 45 gets cancelled. This will be mg is equal to ma plus ma, that is 2ma. So in this case a will be g by 2. A will be g by 2. N m and m get cancelled, so a will be g by 2. Now t cos 45 means t by under root 2 is equal to m into a, that is g by 2, okay. So t will be equal to under root 2 mg by 2. So t will be equal to mg by under root 2. So tension T will be equal to mg by under root 2. This will be mg by under root 2. Okay. All right. You can take a snapshot of the same. Okay. So we have a problem here in the same chapter. So the problem basically is, the problem here is a man pulls himself up the 30-degree incline. So here is basically a man, and this man is pulling himself up along the 30-degree incline by the method as shown in the figure. If the combined mass of the man and the cart is 100 kg, so basically this combined mass is 100 kg. So determine the acceleration of the cart if the man exerts a pull of 250 Newton on the rope. So the man is exerting a pull of 250 Newton on the rope. Neglect all friction and the mass of the rope, pulleys and the wheels. So all this has to be neglected. Okay. So what do we have here? So in this case, if we look into it very closely, the man is pulling it up by a force of 250 Newton. The man is pulling it up with a force of 250 Newton. Okay. This same 250 Newton will be equal to 1t here, and the other t here. So this 250 Newton will be equal to the entire tension that is generated. That is this will be equal to T, or rather this is basically the man's force. So 250 Newton is equal to 1T. 250 Newton is equal to 1T. Now the purpose of putting a pulley is to increase this force. Okay. So the total force with which the cart is being pulled up is 3t. Okay, 3t. Okay, so now this 3t, there will be a force of mg sine 30 which is acting downwards. So 3t minus, in this case, mg sine 30 minus mg sine 30 is equal to ma. The acceleration of the man upwards. Okay. So in that case, this acceleration will be 3t minus mg sine theta upon n. Just putting the values here, 3 into 250 Newton minus m, that is 100 into, let's say, 10 g sine theta. G sine 30 is 1 by 2. This sine 30 is 1 by 2 upon this will be 100. So this will be 600, so it's 750 minus 500 upon 100. So that gives you 250 by 100. So that's basically 2.5 meter per second square. In this case, this will be the correct answer. This will be the correct answer. Okay. Are we? Okay, so we have this problem here in which a painter of mass m stands on a platform of mass m and pulls himself up by two ropes which hang over a pulley as shown in the figure. He pulls each rope with a force F and moves upward with a uniform acceleration of A. So this painter seems to be a very dynamic painter. Okay, quite a powerful man, I must say. Okay, he pulls a rope with a force F and moves upward with a uniform acceleration of A. Find a neglect. Okay, find A. You have to basically find out A. Of course, neglecting the fact that no one could do this for a long time. So it's pretty obvious that it's a very tedious task and not doable for a very long time. Okay, so what do we have here? If we look into this person is of, let's say, this person is of mass m. Capital M is basically the painter's mass. Okay, so he will obviously have a weight acting downwards which is of mg. There will be a normal reaction n on it by the lift or whatever it is. Okay, and obviously he is pulling this with a force F from one hand, and the other one also exerts a force of F. So his two hands each are exerting a force of F. Okay, so what do we have here? 2F upwards plus normal reaction upwards, okay, minus his own weight mg downwards will be equal to his mass into acceleration upwards. Okay, now let's come to the platform of mass m. Now let's come to the platform of mass m. So we have this mass m. There is an mg which is acting downwards. There is a 2f which is acting upwards, and obviously since there is a normal reaction which was acting upwards, now there is a normal reaction which is acting downwards. Okay, so we have here 2f minus mg minus n and mg are in. So this same normal reaction which was exerted by this, the same mass m will exert the same normal reaction on mass m. Okay, so this will be equal to ma. Obviously it is going up. Okay, so if we happen to add up these two equations, so we have equation 1 and this is equation 2. If we add up these two equations, what do we get? So we get 4f. Okay, minus n gets cancelled with plus n. Okay, we have here minus mg minus capital mg is equal to capital ma plus ma. Okay, so this will be 4f minus m plus m into g upon, let's say I take this. Okay, so this will be m plus m, and this will be acceleration. This will be the acceleration. Okay, so in this case we have the option C as the correct answer. Okay, so I hope this is pretty clear and